My mother was very vivacious, beautiful, just an infectious laugh. She just light up a room. She had the most beautiful smile. I just loved her smile. And I loved her hair, like just playing in her hair. It was just so soft. And I loved her cooking. She made the best burritos. And she would play Barbies with me and my sisters. And we would watch TV shows together. She loved to dance. Just very caring and nurturing. She had a very big heart. She's very sweet. So it looked like a fresh start when we moved there. Like my mom was really excited about the house and decorating it. And I remember our first night here there, we didn't have any furniture yet, and we all slept on a pallet on the floor. And I remember my mom saying, "I'm going to make this so nice for us, and we're gonna really be here and be happy here and stay here." And I just remember being excited about that. So after I found out my mother was murdered, I felt like everything I prayed for was over with, because I would pray every night that we be a family again. The reality that I have to live my life and grow up with, finish growing up and going into adulthood without my mother, all hope was gone. The reality that the rest of my life, like, I won't have her here at all. It was very heartbreaking. It was very hurtful. It was very hard to deal with. David Morgan had no idea that she was dead. And that's the big red flag for me. don't know how, it just defies all logic that he wouldn't know. Everyone in that area knew. It was so much going on. I don't understand how he wouldn't know. There's all these statements about a house, the Chapel Hill house. There was no follow-up of going there. This is a known drug activity house and no one went. No one ever brought the Jake guy in. Jake Jake was the guy that she was in a relationship with when I was living with her back in 1994. And apparently he was still around in her life on and off. And he was a drug dealer and he would supply her drugs and he would put his, beat her real bad because of issues surrounding that whole lifestyle. Um, yeah, not a good guy, not a good person at all. I myself witnessed him um, put his hands on my mom when we were living on Bentler Street. I saw him hit her. I saw him threaten her. I begged, I saw her on the phone. I asked her to make the people leave the house. And she did get on the phone and say, hey, like, Jake, I don't want to do this no more. And he said, F-U-B, I don't give a F. Get the F out of here with that, and hung up on her. A couple weeks later, I kept calling her, like maybe 4 or 5 days before I found out what happened to her. They just kept saying she wasn't there. She was living with a man named George Richard Tucker and his daughter, Leada. And they kept saying, oh, she's not here. She's not here. And then I didn't hear anything. And then one night I was getting out the shower and my foster parents came up to me and said, hey, we need to talk to you about something. And I looked at my foster mom's face, like she just was like, her face was red and she had tears in her eyes. And I was just knew like, okay, this isn't a phone call. And then my foster dad said, we talked to, the people your mom's living with. I'm like, yeah. And it's like, we talked to Leada. And I'm like, yeah. And it's like, your mom was found dead. And I just lost it. Like, I didn't even know how or what or anything. I just went into a, later on, like after I calmed down a little bit and I called the daughter and like what happened. And they told me everything, that she was found by a jogger at the River Rouge Park, that she had been shot and stabbed, and that it happened somewhere else and that she was placed there. And yeah.